Recess is over. Folks want to come back up here and grab seats. We're in the home stretch of our programming today. We've got a lot of great conversations, very cool demonstrations still to come. Before we wrap it all up, we can all head downstairs for delicious snacks and beverages and networking. But before then, of course, as I said earlier, nothing possible at Axios without the support of our partners. And so I'm very grateful for Workato. This is their second time working with us on an AI summit. They were on the West Coast last time. They're on the East Coast this time. So it's great to welcome back to the Axios stage from Workato, their Chief of AI Product and Solutions, Bhaskar Roy. Bhaskar, great to see you again. Come on up. Thank you, sir.
Good to see you.
Great to see you. So let's just pick up where we left off last time. You had a great turn of phrase when we spoke last year about the messy middle of AI implementation, but now we're moving to the magic middle. Tell us a little bit what you mean by those and that journey.
Firstly, I can't even believe it's been 6 months.
Yeah,
it just
right?
feels like yesterday that we talked about this. So, as you remember, messy middle is the core of how your business operates. Consists of complex processes that run across multiple departments, complex tech stack, which consists of cloud, on-prem, legacy applications, your data infrastructure, etc. And agents, if you think about it, means this is the event where we are talking about agents. The core aspect of agents, if it can transform that messy middle to magic middle, that's when the transformation happens in businesses. The challenge there is, since we last talked, it's still messy. Most of the businesses still have that messy middle in there. And what we are seeing when we talk to various companies is the AI or agentic AI experiments that are happening are more, I would say, on the fringes or the edges of the organization.
Right.
What I mean by that is, content creation, summarization, simple workflows getting automated. The easy things.
Right.
Whereas it's still, and it's still, I would say, experimental. If you ask most of them, they would say a number of those projects have not even gone production.
Right.
So, but if you look at there are a few companies who are targeting the core and looking at how they can transform the core with agentic enterprise or agentic AI. And that's what excites us.
The key upside being going into all those processes that were not built deliberately, that were probably tacked on over years and years and years and years, and bringing these new kind of AI workflow tools to bear in that middle part instead of like, oh, I transcribed a conference call.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So you mentioned it's been 6 months, which is a lifetime in AI. Talk about how your year has gone. What have you been working on? You've had an acquisition to talk about. Share a little bit about your news.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of fun, busy, and rewarding year so far.
Yeah.
So firstly, we got recognized recently by Gartner as a leader, and this is the seventh time in a row. What excites me is that they put us as #1 in terms of vision as to where we are headed. So that was a big, feather on our cap. And then we launched this new platform called Workato One.
Yeah.
Right. So Workato One, think of this as this is the one platform that you need in order to bring agents to the core of your business in order to improve your overall business operations.
Let's go a little deeper on that. I think we've got a video that you can talk over that shows how it works in real time. This is how you dig into, I guess, the messy middle instead of hanging out.
Yeah. So if you'll see over here, there are 4 components, key components to this, right? At the bottommost layer, there is the connectivity.
Yeah.
This connectivity, we have around 10,000 connectors, deep connectors that can connect to any application or any kind of legacy apps in your company. On top of this sits what we call Workato Orchestrate. That enables you in a low-code, no-code manner to orchestrate all your workflows across, whether it be simple or complex, across your entire business. Then sitting on top of this are agents. And so you can build agents, custom agents, trusted agents, I would say, because it has a lot of security and governance elements as a part of it, which is able to orchestrate all these various business processes throughout your system. And then the final layer on top is what we call agentic applications. These are pre-built apps for IT, sales, customer support, etc., that you can just come in, configure, and get up and running in a matter of weeks.
And that brings, I guess, this is probably in the name, Workato One, it brings one point of contact. So instead of talking to 50 different things, you talk to one thing, and it solves for that
Agents
messiness.
has all of that
there.
So think of this as the data layer or the connectivity layer being the enterprise context. So it has all the context. It's able to take action, orchestrate workflows across all of those systems. So agents that you build just enables that.
Tell us a little bit, like I love these kind of conversations, trying to bring them into the real world. Like, have you talked to folks who have been able to deploy this, or been able to test this? It's like, how does it change their life? How does it make their lives better?
And I think that's the most energizing part of at least my job, is talking to customers. In fact, just earlier today, before coming to this event, I met with one of the major healthcare companies in New York. They are one of our customers, and they are starting to look at, what are the core HR processes or accounting processes like payroll, et cetera, that can be agentified. But what excites me is, some of our customers have deployed this to production, and they're seeing a lot of benefit. I'll give a couple of examples. One is a major e-commerce company. And what they have done is deployed these agents at the core of their customer support operations. They are seeing tens of millions of dollars in savings per year. And then there is another security company. What they have done is looked at the entire quote-to-cash process, which spans multiple departments, all the way from sales to finance, et cetera. And they have started investing in those kind of solutions to completely transform that through agents.
And that is, I want to zero in on something you said, tens of millions of dollars of savings. I think when we've talked last year, certainly more than a year ago, a lot of the conversations about AI were theoretical. Sounds like it's real now. It's moving the needle in a material way.
Yeah, and I think that's the promise, right? If you bring those core processes and look at your agents being able to automate those processes, work through all of that, then the savings and the benefits, the value that you get is significantly more than what you can do on the edges of the enterprise.
So that's a big leap in the last 6 months. Spin this forward again, then. Okay, what's on the horizon for you? What's coming next that's exciting for you?
I don't know how much I can disclose over here.
Just between us, here on stage.
Sure. Okay, yeah, fine. All right, I won't get into the specifics. I'll give you some vague ideas about this. And in fact, we are launching this in a few weeks. That's the reason I cannot get into the details. So June 17th is the day we launch this. So think of this, right? All our customers are integrating or looking at connecting all their applications, data, and sources at the layer, at the Workato One layer. Then their agents are orchestrating all of those business processes end to end. There is one part that is missing, which is how all of these comes together where employees can take advantage of all of these agents to get their work done faster than what they have done before. All through agents in the back end. So that's something that
like an agent of agents that sits on top of all of it.
We already have agents of agents. Agents are able to collaborate. We work with various protocols like MCP, A2A, but this is different.
All right, well then, we'll have to talk again in 6 months. You have to bring an example of that. Before we get the hook, I want to end on one fun thing, one AI thing, as I love to do at these summits. When we spoke last time, your AI thing was one of your children. Your son had built an AI agent to bet on NBA games. So I got to ask, how's that been going for the last 6 months?
Well, my son is in NYU, and we have already know the story as to what happened with Knicks. So we can leave it at that as to how his sports betting went. But what interests me now?
He hasn't retired from school to just do that exclusively.
He's still working, still studying computer science there. But one of the things that excites me is now, his roommate is studying law. So now the two of them have started discussing as to what can the agent be which can help various legal professionals. And so he's ruminating on that idea, working with his roommate to figure out building an agent for that.
All right, well,
so maybe next time.
Stay in touch. We'll bring him and his roommate up on stage
and then
for a
they can talk about
this was an awesome conversation. Buster, great to see you.
Same here.
Thanks for Workato. Stick around. We got Ina Freed coming back with another demonstration. That was great. Thank you.